In this lesson, you will learn how to use blend modes, which change the way that layers interact with each other, and how to add layer styles, so you can add visual effects such as drop shadows, strokes, glows, overlays, and more to your layers. If you have ever worked in Photoshop or similar graphic programs, then you are likely familiar with both layer styles and blend modes. In Photoshop, the layer styles are noted by the FX. You find it in the Layers panel in the FX menu. Layer styles include bevel and emboss, stroke, inner and outer glows, inner shadows, satin, which nobody really knows what that is, color and gradient overlays, and drop shadows. Blend modes control how one layer interacts with layers below it. This is often done by taking the lightness and the color values from one layer and mixing them with the light and the color values of the layers below. Blend modes can darken, lighten, add contrast, add texture, add color. The good news is that After Effects has both layer styles and blend modes, and any layer styles or blend modes that you bring in from a Photoshop file will be preserved when you import them into After Effects. So this Photoshop document has layer styles. You can see stroke, drop shadow, bevel and emboss, drop shadow. This yellow ramp layer has a multiply blend mode on it. I'm going to save this Photoshop document as a photoshop.psd document. Then let's import it into After Effects, and I'll show you how to preserve the layer styles and the blend modes. To import the Photoshop document into After Effects, I'm just going to double click in an empty space in the project panel. I'm going to select the photoshop.psd file where it says import as. I'm going to choose composition, retain layer sizes. Because I chose composition, I do not have to select it down here. I'll click open. Another dialog box comes up. For import kind, keep it at composition, retain layer sizes. For layer options, check the radio button for editable layer styles. That way we can edit the layer styles in After Effects, and click OK. And to open the composition, all you have to do is just double click on it. At first glance, I can see that everything looks the same as it did in Photoshop. I see the drop shadow on the logo. I see the stroke in the drop shadow on the character. I'm seeing bevel and emboss. On this yellow layer, I'm seeing the blend mode of multiply. I'm even seeing the rulers or the guides. And if I jump back into Photoshop, you'll see there were indeed guides in this Photoshop document. And if I twirl open this character layer here, you will see layer styles. There is the drop shadow and the stroke, and these are fully editable. And if I go down to the yellow ramp layer, I can see that the blend mode is set to multiply exactly as I had it in Photoshop. If you do not see this blend mode column, click on the second button in the bottom left corner. That's going to toggle on the modes. When the modes is off, there's also a button in the bottom right that says toggle switches and modes. You can click that. There's also a good keyboard shortcut to know. F4 is going to toggle on or off the switches and modes. Or you can just right click anywhere in the header area, go to columns, and just check modes. I'm going to show you a good little tip if you import a Photoshop document, but you accidentally choose the merge layer styles instead of choosing you want editable layer styles. So I'll double click in the project panel to open up the import dialog box. I'll select that same Photoshop document. I'm going to import as composition, retain layer size, click open. So let's say that you accidentally check merge layer styles into footage. Click OK to import. To open the composition, all you have to do is just double click. Visually, everything looks the same because the layer styles have been merged into the layers. But if I twirl open the layers, you will not find layer styles available to edit. I do see the multiply blend mode, but I'm not seeing layer styles. Well, no worries, you don't have to re-import the file. Here's the trick. You can select all the layers, go to the top menu, Layer, Layer Styles, and choose Convert to Editable Styles. You can also right-click right in the Layers panel. It's the same menu, so go to Layer Styles, click on Convert to Editable Styles. Just like that, all of the layer styles have been recovered. They are all editable good to go. If you want to hide the guides in After Effects, you can click this little button below and just uncheck guides. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Command or Control semicolon. To add layer styles in After Effects, just select the layer, right-click, go to Layer Styles and select the layer style, or go to the top menu, Layer, Layer Styles. I'll select Color Overlay. This is just going to add a fill color. You always get this very bright red in After Effects. To change the color, go down to the Layers panel to the Color Overlay. I can click and select a new color, or use the eyedropper tool. And you'll also see that every layer style has its own blend mode. And this blend mode is going to be different than the actual layers blend mode. So you can use both of them in combination. To remove layer styles, you can just select it and tap the delete key. You can also right-click on the layer, go to Layer Styles, Remove All, and the same is at the top menu, Layer, Layer Styles, Remove All. One source of confusion when it comes to layer styles in After Effects is that there are also some effects, such as drop shadow. There's a fill effect, which does similar to color overlay. There's a stroke effect. So when would you use the layer style drop shadow versus the effect drop shadow? For example, I can select the text layer, go to the effect menu. Under perspective, there's drop shadow, which adds a drop shadow, which looks just like the layer style drop shadow. Or I could go to the effect menu, generate, and fill is going to do the same thing as the color overlay layer style. The simple answer is that you are going to use both layer styles and effects, and that is okay. I am very comfortable in Photoshop, so I tend to use a lot of layer styles in After Effects. I think they're simpler, very easy when I just want to add a quick drop shadow or a color overlay or a stroke to a layer. I tend to use layer styles. If you are building a complex animation, using effects might make more sense, as you can stack the effects and they're going to interact with each other, and you can manage all the effects in the Effect Controls panel, where layer styles are down in the Layers panel. On the technical side, effects are rendered before the transform properties, whereas layer styles are after the transform properties. Another technical aspect, if you're working with 3D layers, effects are going to work differently than layer styles. So if you had layer styles and you were working in 3D and things weren't working as expected, perhaps you switch to effects and vice versa. Where layer styles take the edge is there's blending options in layer styles, and each layer style also has its own blend mode, whereas if you go into the effects drop shadow, you'll see there's actually less properties in the effects drop shadow. Blend modes are simple but awesome. You change the blend mode of a layer or a property or an effect, and that is going to change how it interacts with the layers below. In the Layers panel, you will find blend modes under the Mode column. You can also right-click on a layer and find the blending modes, or go to the top menu, Layer, Blending Modes, and right below Blending Mode are two must-know keyboard shortcuts. Shift equal and Shift minus will allow you to quickly cycle through this big list of blending modes. I'm going to drag this blue painterly texture right on top of the composition. I'm going to press Shift so it snaps right in the center. To move layers up and down, you can manually move the layer, but a great keyboard shortcut to learn. If you press Command or Control and the left open bracket key, that'll move layers down the layer stack. Command or Control right open bracket key to move layers up. I'm going to move the blue texture layer down just above the background watercolor paper texture. Now I'm just going to go through the blend modes until I find one that I like. Now I could click and go through these one by one, but that is going to take forever. So instead, I'm going to use those must-know keyboard shortcuts, Shift equal and Shift minus. That is going to allow me to quickly cycle through and preview all of the blend modes. My hand is on the Shift key. I'm going to tap the equal to go to the next or go forward down the list of blend modes. And if I want to go in the reverse direction, I'm just going to tap on the minus key. With my hand, always press on the Shift key. And all I'm doing is looking at the comp window. I'm making mental notes. Sometimes I'll go through the entire list just to see all of the blend modes. It's always trial and error. I'm always surprised by different results that I get. And I just go through the blend modes, trying to kind of remember ones that I liked. If you look in the blend modes list, you're going to see them in categories. So these categories are basically how they interact with the light and the color. So you're going to get kind of similar results in each little section here. This is giving me a hand-drawn look that I like, so I think pin light is the winner in this case. I often use blend modes to give my text and my layers a little bit of a grunge or just a more natural look, so I can cycle through the blend modes by pressing Shift equal until I find something I like. I like the texture, but it's a little hard to read, so I can add a drop shadow by right-clicking on the layer. I go to Layer Styles, and then select Drop Shadow. Now the drop shadow is a little harsh, so I can just reduce the opacity to taste. In addition to using opacity, if you want to fine tune a blend mode, another little trick, which is particularly good if you want to bring up the contrast or the color, and this also works great when you're working with textures. If you go to the Effects and Presets panel, do a search for curves or levels, they'll work same. Drag it right onto the layer that you want to adjust, and you can bring out the contrast or the color but still maintain all the texture. If this ever happens to you where you see the effect controls but you no longer see project, it's because the layer name is too long. So if I chose a shorter name, I can now see project. But if that ever happens, there's this little double arrow. Just click that, and then you can select project. Blend modes are also great when you want to knock out a black or a white background. So if I want to knock out the white and keep all of the black grunge, I'm going to click the drop down, and I'm going to choose this little category here, which is called subtractive. This generally makes layers darker, but if you have a pure white background, if you choose multiply, that's going to knock out the white and keep the grunge. If I add this one here with a black background and white grunge, I'll click the drop down. I'm going to choose this category, which is the additive category. That typically makes things lighter. But if I choose add lighten or screen, that's going to knock out the white. Shift plus, you'll see those three are all doing similar. And if that's way too strong, you can bring it down below. Tap T and just adjust the opacity. I'll add this animated texture. So it has a white background with black specks. I want to knock out the white background. So I'll use one of the subtractive ones, darken, multiply, or color burn. So now I no longer see the white, but I can see the black specks. I'll add another animated texture. This time it has a black background with white specks. So for that, I'm going to use one of the additive blend modes. So add lighten or screen. And now the black is gone, but I can see the white specks. And don't forget, if you want to preview your composition in full screen, hover your cursor over the panel that you want to go full screen, tap the tilde or grave key in the top left corner just below your escape key. That is going to allow you to go full screen. Use the scroll wheel to zoom in, spacebar to move it around, tap the spacebar. Blend modes and layer styles just make everything better, and they're an essential part of every After Effects workflow. In the next lesson, you're going to learn about expressions, which are snippets of code that you can use to create animations without needing to add keyframes.